Ball gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I am your host, Gavin, and we are here with everyone's favourite piece of shit, Boyd. Boyd, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, mate. How are you?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
I spent a little bit of time this week in a 1.5 hour car ride with you in your underwear.
It was a hell of a time there. It was an hour and 41 minutes, mate, and I felt every single fucking one of them in that car with you. It's fucking you're nice from afar, but you're fucked up front, man. Like
Well, pretty sure I fell asleep at least 3 times.
At least
having
three times.
Having a fucking talking to you.
Yeah, you're that's when I was rocking a boner and you were fucking pretending to be asleep. You're playing hard to get. fucking hell. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I did a fucking a 3-hour round trip to pick up this galoot from the fucking airport from fucking Queensland. I drove from Queensland to New South Wales, just over.
It wasn't in New South Wales. The Gold Coast is in Queensland.
The Gold Coast airport at Coolangatta is New South Wales.
Is the Gold Coast in Queensland, Trev?
No, mate. That's news to me. So
it spans over the border, you knob, and the airport is over the border.
But it's not. You used to have this issue where I'd stay in Coolangatta for work, and then you'd go into Tweed Heads, and all of a sudden you just drive. All of a sudden you've gone an hour back in time because they weren't on daylight saving. And my goodness,
it's right on the border. And Gavin
and Boyd, you didn't pick me up from the airport.
Oh, you went 10 minutes inland. You didn't fucking go north. Anyway, it fucking happened, right? It's going on my gravestone. I picked up this useless cunt. Fucking, I drove interstate to get him and take him up to Ellie. And how good was that timing? We just got you to the fucking Brisbane airport to catch that flight with what?
Just in time.
30 minutes before it took off.
It was about 38 minutes. So I had about 8 minutes before I would have missed it. So you did well. You did well. Nice. I got to pay that. But more importantly, after Boyd hijacked the start of the show, we have a special guest. He's jumped back in on short notice again, like he always does. But rapt to have you back, especially 1 week after the 100th episode where we said we've got to have you back on more, Trev. Trev, welcome aboard, mate.
Thanks, Gav. Good to see you again. Boyd, likewise. So, yes, it's good to answer the call straight after the celebrations of the big 100th. And, yeah, it's getting to be about that time, right? We've just ticked media day off. Pre-season starts, I think, Monday morning our time, 6 a.m. against the Pistons, if I'm not mistaken. So, exciting times around. And as we'll get to, there's been a little bit happening in the last week or so.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? It's this is a great show for you to jump on. We've had since our last show, we've had the big trade, we've had media day, and as you said, this week we kick off pre-season. In saying that, it's 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. It's Sunday morning, right?
I thought it was Monday morning. To be honest, I thought it was Sunday. I thought we were playing.
I'd take Monday morning. That'd be much better than Sunday morning.
Absolutely. So,
but then we've got so we kick off with the Pistons, and then a couple of days later the Warriors,
the Nuggets, and then the Lakers, and then a couple against the home and away against the Blazers. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, you're right. It's Monday.
Yeah.
How good's that going to be, boys?
Nice.
Blazers.
Against the Blazers. We'll get into that. It's been a big week in Suns basketball. Boyd, DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara out the door.
Gone.
In comes the big Nurk.
Big
Bit of Grayson
cock
Allen.
Fucking Nurk. Yes.
Bit of Grayson Allen.
Yes. The big cock.
Bit of Nasir Little. A little bit of some other
Little
dude
boy.
that's going to get cut.
Neon Keon Johnson.
Don't even know his name. That's him, Keon Johnson. What were your thoughts initially? Because we saw the Twitter reactions, we saw everyone else's reactions. We've seen podcast reactions since. What were your first reactions to the trade?
Mate, it was. Oh, well, when I initially looked at it, because obviously we all looked at it and we thought, oh yeah, we've got some spare parts here. We've got some. We've got some rotation guys. Okay. Is there a pick in there with it? And that was my initial reaction. I was like, oh, we don't get a pick out of this. Okay. So DA's value wasn't what we, us rose-coloured glasses Suns fans thought it was. And some of us were sort of ready for all that sort of a trade, I guess. But I thought we'd get it a bit more. A bit more that looked better on paper initially, I thought we'd get. But turns out, after looking into some of these guys that we got, it's actually really nice. And but to get back to the way that I felt, Gav, a load off of my shoulders. There was just, I could see clearly now the fucking rain had gone. There's just this storm cloud that has been over the Phoenix Suns ever since that 2018 draft when we took DA, and I was all for it. And I thought he was going to thrive and get to his ceiling, which I still think is his ceiling. I thought he'd get there a lot quicker, and I thought he'd mesh and the chemistry would be great, but it just fucking didn't happen. And we kept making excuses for him, but the weight's off of our shoulders now, boys. It's just a sigh of relief. It was just like fuck, we don't have to fucking worry about, we should have fucking picked Luka and worry about all them cunt fans that we got out there talking that shit all the time. We don't have to worry about that shit anymore. We don't fucking have to worry about it. And it's a really nice feeling. Now we can get back down to the fucking the bones of the situation and fucking play some ball with a team that fits really well together, man.
Trev, what were your initial thoughts, mate?
It was probably a mixed bag, if I'm being honest. I think myself, along with many others, right, were hoping a change in coach, that Vogel would finally be able to unlock the mystery that is DA and get him firing, right? I was of the opinion that, yes, we brought in Beal, we'll have a full season of KD and Booker, but Ayton would ultimately determine how far we'd go. So, you're forever the optimist. Being Suns fans, we're always optimistic, right? But you're wondering, is this going to happen? And you're seeing all these clips of him playing for the Bahamas and the national team with Eric Gordon. You're thinking, these are good things, what's going to happen? But then the other part is, geez, if this doesn't work out, we're stuffed. So the other part of me was hoping, I hope they pull the trigger before training camp and just make a decision one way or the other. And they have. Now, naturally, you looked at the return, you thought probably straight away, that's pretty underwhelming. But I always, it's come with experience. You step away, then have a look at it again when the emotions have simmered down a little bit. And if we factor in what's been happening, he's a max contract guy that is performing like a seventh or eighth man, right? That's in recent times. His playoffs were a disaster. And we've unlocked a bit of depth, right? I think, I know he rubs quite a few people up the wrong way. Grayson Allen's going to be an ideal guy to come off the bench to back up Book or Beal when one of those guys has a spell. Pretty solid defender, elite three-point shooter, over 40%. So he's going to help. And then you got Big Nurk as well. And I think you can sense, from media day as well, right? This is all about fit. Ayton clearly wasn't willing to be the fourth banana. And he wasn't, and you can already hear as well the big focus from Vogel on physicality. Now, when I think of physicality, I think of someone like Nurkic. I don't think of DA, right? I can see Nurk willing to pull up the sleeves and get dirty. The other thing with me is Nurk feels like he's been around forever, but he's only 29. So that's a pleasant surprise as well. I don't think Johnson, and I do like a little bit of what I've seen of Nasir Little. He started, not the season just gone, season prior, he started quite a few games, and I like what I saw. But what I do like is if things don't work out, they've freed themselves up to have a bit of flexibility to make some roster moves down the track. Because we're all in on the championship here, right? We can't gamble that DA is going to decide he's going to live up to his contract. So we've got him off the books. We've made it. He might be that guy in Portland, but I'm not sure if that will contribute to winning basketball. Might get, he might be a 2010 guy there. Cool. They'll still struggle to make the play-in, I would think. So
I think, and that statement's spot on. I think in Portland, I think he's going to be a 25-12 guy. I honestly do think that DA is going to be fantastic for Portland. He and Scoot together they'll work well together. Anthony Simons will still take too many shots, but Ayton's got all the potential in the world in Portland to be a 25-12 guy. But the fact of the matter is that that's what Ayton wants out of his career. He didn't want to be the fourth fiddle. He didn't want to roll the sleeves up on defense. He didn't want to be the guy that screened and rolled and created that space on offense at the Suns. He wanted to prove that he was the number one pick by averaging 25 and 12.
Mm. Yeah, I think you're spot on. And I think, it just goes to fit, right? And I'm glad that they're not trying to cover it up. At least what we've seen, like Ishbia has just clearly said it's about fit, right? I would have thought, obviously we're never going to know exactly what happened, but Vogel would have sized things up to see if he can connect with Ayton, see if he can unlock him, probably made a decision. And they've said, well, this is what we'll go for. So, good luck to him. I don't wish any ill will of him, but, he's just another guy to me now. He's more focused on what we've got and looking forward to it. So, but I do find it interesting now, though. I'll just touch on that now that Holiday's been on-traded to the Celtics, that now Robert Williams is there, right? Because if Ayton starts stinking it up in Portland, you can bet your bottom dollar Williams is good enough to start. So that would be an interesting scenario to watch play out as well. But we can just watch from afar and see what happens.
And
I can't wait.
I think that's a big thing. And I mean, let's be honest. This pod, we were Ayton stands because we tend to protect our players here as Australians. That's while those guys are on our squad, we're going to back them in. It's what we did. But ultimately, I think the Ishbia's comments about fit, particularly with Book, Beal, KD, was far more important. And listening to a few of the national media pods over the last week, in particular about Ayton's body language after 2 years ago, after he got the max, and he walked around at media day last year basically sulking the entire day. The Suns had no choice but to move him on. He clearly wasn't happy in Phoenix, and we weren't going to get the best result out of him.
Yeah, and I think I was reading as well that there was, a lot of the guys in the organization were surprised he sat out Game 6 against Denver. Like they probably thought he could have played. So that says a lot. But yeah, going back to defending him, right? He's an easy guy to defend because he's got talent in spades. And there's nothing more frustrating as a sports fan. It doesn't matter if you're talking cricket, AFL, American football, ice hockey, whatever. When you see a person that has talent just oozing but doesn't apply themselves, it's the most frustrating thing to watch. And then vice versa, guys that have about, 1/20th of that talent but leave it all out there. Like I'm thinking, a Javon Carter, guys of that particular, Josh Okogie, guys of that particular nature, they just become fan favorites. So, and
Rashawn Holmes was like that, right?
Exactly.
It was all energy with Rashawn.
Big Lou Arlinson back in the glory days.
Lou, that's It's the guys that give energy and give passion every time they're on the floor that become fan favourites instantly. And there's a lot of people that love DA. I love DA. But, and you said something before that was spot on, Trev. I love DA, but he's gone now. And you know what? He's one of those guys where I got over it really quickly and went, yeah, we made the trade. Honestly, I looked at the trade and went, we must have had to have made that trade, because there was no other reason for us to make the trade apart from the fact that the front office looked at it. Even our playing group probably looked at it and went, we can't have DeAndre Ayton on this squad anymore. So we need to make a move.
I can't wait until he's out there averaging 22 and 11 or 25 and 12, Gav, what you said. And people are saying, see, we fucking should have kept him. That was never, ever going to eventuate in our system, having three fucking alphas who are going to have great chemistry together and they're going to coexist, and then have this fucking pouting fuck who isn't putting in work and is fucking sulking after not getting a touch here or there. And it may sound like I'm backflipping, but you're right, Gav. We protect our guys. And here's the thing. If we had have kept DA, I still feel like we could have gone all the way. It would have been very frustrating, and we still would have had all that angst and that fucking that unfulfilled potential that we saw in Ayton from game to game, or a 5-game stretch where he's fucking fire, then 5 games where he's getting fucking 7 rebounds and 11 points. And, you know, that would fucking do our heads in as a fan base, and it would keep dividing us, you know.
and we'd find excuses.
20 minutes shorter every episode because of it. It's because that
we
was creating a divide, right?
But we'd find excuses for him, right?
We do.
So after games, we'd find excuses and go, well, DA didn't need to score 20 today because KD, Book, and Beal were on fire. So all we needed from DA was 8 and 8.
The one thing that I still can't get out of my head is that fucking Jokic rebound, put back, and he just sort of sat there just fucking looking at it, just behind the backboard, just staring,
watching it. Yeah,
fucking. And that encapsulates that one image see it into my brain, encapsulates the frustration of that guy. And then, you know, and then he has the valley oop, and then he has all this other stuff. And a lot of people have said it, and it's true, that one of the most polarizing players the Phoenix Suns have ever had. And if he just had that fucking little bit of cunt in him that Grayson Allen has, maybe he could have been now fucking. It could have been Kobe and Shaq that we all hoped and dreamed of.
Well, it was everyday fire from DA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. That's what we wanted to see. Show us the fire, and we don't care. But fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, he didn't have the competitive spirit of the guys that are playing on the team now. So they had to move him on. So out of the back of that, which one of the pieces that have come in intrigues you the most out of the new pieces on the squad? Trev, we'll start with you. Intrigues you. Which one of these guys are you most intrigued about seeing in the lineup? What sort of output they're going to have? What sort of influence they're going to have on the squad? And we'll start with Trev.
For me, it's Grayson Allen. You know, we don't need to go over his track record, and again, he's a polarizing figure. But I do think you need someone who's got a bit of mongrel in him, right? We had Crowder. We've had a Kogi's kind of been the man now. This is another guy. He takes a bit between the teeth, right? Not backwards and coming forwards. And I like the fit, right? I alluded to it at the top. You can easily see him sliding straight in as a like for like when Book or Beal has a spell. And I do like it. He's been around a while now, but the teams he's been on have been fairly decent teams. And he's learned a bit there. So I think it unlocks a bit of flexibility here. And I'm sure we'll touch on this as we move forward, but from what Vogel wants, he wants two-way players, right? I mean, all coaches want two-way players, but it's going to be drummed into these guys. If you don't defend, you'll be sitting down on the pine more often than not. So this guy will fit the brief. And I actually think you're probably going to be a Vogel pet in some regards. Ditto a Kogi, that he really fits his style of play. So that's what's really intrigued me. I do think, there'll be discussions about, who's going to be the start of the rotation and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if it changes, fairly frequently on a game-to-game basis. I think the days of having a lockdown bona fide starting five are kind of, a bit in the mix. There's a bit more flexibility around in terms of what starting lineups are used. But I just hope that we don't repeat the Monty Williams experiment where, we play one guy for 2 weeks and then, he's played well, has a bad game, and then we don't see him again for 2 weeks, right? That's no good. And then we just pull Andrew Shamet out of the hat. I don't think anyone wants that. So, that's what intrigues me the most. I really think he's a good fit. Time will say. Hopefully he doesn't clothesline someone in pre-season and miss 28 games, because you can bet your bottom dollar, right? As soon as he lays a finger on someone, he'll get flagrant fouled, whatever. So we'll see. But that's what I like.
Boyd,
it's fucking Grayson, Hugh, Allen. Grayson and Hugh. I can't believe them boys don't know Grayson and Hugh. Fucking talk it over in bed.
That's great. Man. What a great song.
Oh, so fucking good, man. I tried to get Voider to do his drop with Grayson Hugh talk it over in bed, sort of a backdrop.
Is he a Suns fan, Grayson Hugh? Can we get him on? That'd be fantastic. That's nice.
I think we should. You wouldn't recognise him now.
Search it. I'll search it up on Twitter. I'll see.
Maybe for our Valentine's Day episode, we could get Grayson in. That would be good, I think.
Just to sing us.
He's got to drop some bars. Yeah, got to drop some bars.
Oh yeah. But Grayson Hugh. I got him on my mind now. Grayson Allen is a fucking there's a lot of people, and we've shit on him as an opposing fan base. Plenty. He's not the same. He's got all this massive rap sheet for being a grub and all this sort of stuff. But he's not a Pat Bev grub. There's a grubby grub. There's a grubby grub. And then there's Grayson Hugh, who plays hard and fucking doesn't give a fuck type thing. Throws it all out there, and sometimes he throws it in places that he shouldn't throw it, but he's fucking doing it. I can't even say in the spirit of the game, but in the spirit of competition, I'll say. And look, his media day clip that I saw, he was really fucking well spoken about it, and he said all the right things. But I think he gets back out there, and it's the same old Grayson Allen, and we're going to fucking love it. He's going to fold Luka into the stands. He's going to fly kick Jokic in the fucking mouth. He's going to fucking do all this really cool shit to these people that give us grief. This is what I hope anyway. And we're just going to adore him. He can get fucking, suspended or whatever, or teed up, and we're going to love it, because he's that bit of cunt, that bit of mongrel that brings the team together. And he fucking, man, it's going to be absolutely great. Cunt can shoot. He's fucking going to be a rash on the perimeter defense, on the opposing first or second best perimeter player. He's fucking good, and he's going to be so exciting to watch. And I shouldn't I don't know, guys, we shouldn't like that, because I couldn't give a fuck if he breaks fucking Pascal Siakam's leg or whatever. I don't care about that sort of shit. I'm not a fucking nice person in that regard, because I figure that cunt's got a fucking lot of money, and he's just going to fucking chill out at home in his fucking mansion, get fed grapes, and he'll be back next season or whatever. But I don't care about that. I'm fucking here for it. I'm here for us having an enforcer like that, and just a fucking take no prisoners guy. Love it. Fucking love it.
Well, we've been calling for it for a couple of seasons, right? And I know, Trev, you mentioned Jay Crowder before. I've said it many times on this pod. I'll say it again. Jay Crowder was not an enforcer. I thought Jay Crowder was a fake tough guy. But I honestly think Grayson Allen's not going to take a backward step.
I got Rajal Bell vibes.
Yeah, Rajal Bell type thing. He's not going to take a backward step. He's more than happy to get in people's faces, and we need someone who's a cunt. We've said it for a couple of seasons where shit gets nasty, the game starts to get a bit fired up, and we're going to see that a lot. This, particularly with Book, Beal, KD. Teams are going to come out and try and be physical. So why not slot Grayson Allen in there and go out and fucking put someone into the stands?
Yeah. Stiff screen, let them know you're there. Absolutely.
Damn straight. I am not most intrigued by Grayson, though. I'm going to take the easy option. Well, it's kind of the easy option. I'm most intrigued by Nurkic, and only for the fact that while everybody talks about the fact that he's injury prone, I think this dude's been sat out by Portland for 3 seasons when the seasons are over so that they can tank. I think in this team, when you look at injury prone type players, when they go into playoff contenders and real contenders, they play a hell of a lot more games because they need to be out there. So I'm actually really excited, really intrigued by seeing what Nurkic can do in this lineup. The other thing is this guy played for Portland, so his job was to bash the shit out of anyone who got near Dame. So that level of physicality is always going to add to potential injury tolls. I think that his ability in a pick and roll, his ability to sit out on the 3-point line and spread the floor, that was our problem last year. Our problem last year was that we had Book and KD, but everybody else couldn't spread the floor. Our opposition teams were more than happy for guys to sit in the corner or sit at the top and pop threes that they couldn't hit. Nurkic is a good 3-point shooter. His volume's not massive, but it doesn't need to be. If he pops a screen and pops out to the 3-point line, we're going to see, and I think we'll see an Aaron Baines type game from Nurkic where he hits 8 or 9 threes in a game.
Because he's going to be that little bit more open. He's going to be that little bit because he's going to set a fucking stonker of a screen. We know that's in his game. And he's, what is he, like 260 pounds or something? That's fucking.
He's the European Aaron Baines from a couple of seasons ago in the bubble.
He's a big cunt. And the thing is that when he, I was tossing up whether or not to go Nurk on this one, Gav, as well. It's a fucking, I'm glad you did. It gives us that avenue to talk about it. But he's, when everyone's raving on about his playmaking, and I always knew that he had that in his game from the snippets that I saw. But now that I'm watching more and more of it, it's actually quite good. And they're talking about him in the books joking around about him being a point guard and whatnot.
Yeah, it's
now I don't think it's like that, but I think it's that Draymond Green type top of the key facilitator for a fucking a fire offense, just fucking zipping around, getting open. And it's just going to be if he can be half of what Draymond is in that sense, like he's a fucking like a massive upgrade for us.
He's going to be vital. He's going to be vital to what we do on offense.
Yeah.
All right. So last question on this before we move on to media day. We have to cut 2 people from the current roster. Who are they? Boyd.
It's Keon and Ish. Look, we've got too much depth now. We've got too much depth. So that's one thing. We've done such a good job. We got so excited about our killer fucking 1+1 deals that we did with all these minimums, these guys with potential and beautiful fit, and we got really excited about the amount of minutes that they'd be getting and how they were going to play a part. And then this happens and it fucks everything. Because now we've got all these hard decisions to make. But look, ultimately, you've got easy productivity you can get from Nasir Little, Nurk, Grayson Allen. Keon's, whilst he may have potential, he really hasn't done enough in his short career to overpass any of them other guys that we got in the trade. And look, we're not going to go deeper into our rotation past Ish to cut anyone else for Keon. I don't think. God. The only thing I really, I'm not going to be so impressed about losing with Keon is the fact that he's under team control and he could be that potential guy in the future. But look, it's no time for that right now, boys. It's he's got to go.
Trev?
Yeah, I'm thinking along similar lines. I guess the only asterisk I'd put next to that, and I can see someone's onto the same wavelength in the chat, that it would just depend if Damian Lee's knee's worse than perhaps what's expected. He might go, but otherwise, I think it's Ish and knee on Keon, unfortunately. But that's how it goes. I'm interested. What I am interested to see what happens out of training camp with Goodwin and Saban Lee. I really like what I saw of Saban Lee in the games that he played last year. Thought he was pretty capable at running an offense and so forth. So I'm hoping he gets some burn with that second unit, but we'll see what happens between him and Goodwin. But that's something else to keep an eye on. But I would expect Ish and his massive shoulders to depart along with Keon.
Yeah, I think it's a certainty that Ish is the first one cut. He's a nice guy, boy. He's a nice guy, Ish.
Fucking really nice guy.
We love him. He's a nice guy, but he's not a very good basketballer. He should play football.
Go to Detroit.
Maybe that guy.
Monty.
He could potentially play football. I reckon. He's got big shoulders. He could. I don't know whether he's ever tried before, but he could play football.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
Nah, I don't think he's ever played football in his life.
I think Keon Johnson's the other one, but Trev, I do agree, and I do agree with the chat. I'd be looking at Damian Lee. I reckon Grayson Allen's like a straight up replacement.
Well, improvement, right? Because he's got the defense, so he can stay out on the floor. So,
and that's the thing. I think from a defensive aspect, he goes past him, and he's just as good a shooter, if not better.
Who's this? Sorry, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Damian Lee.
Oh, Damian Lee.
So I think Grayson Allen coming into the team really puts a lot of pressure on whether or not Damian Lee sticks around. I just don't see how Damian Lee's in the rotation with Grayson Allen on the squad.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking hard, man. It's gonna be real hard. It's here's the thing, we're so fucking deep now. We don't really want to be going past the 10th or 11th guy in the rotation, but I feel like we might be in a position where a lot of people might be. There's going to be a lot of conjecture in the fan base simply because it's going to be, he's doing what Monty done and he's fucking not playing that guy for 2 weeks. It could just be because we just got too many good rotation pieces, and it's not. It's a fucking good problem to have, but it's going to be frustrating a little bit throughout the season, I think. But yeah, Damian Lee's now damaged product, mate. He's fucked his knee. How's he going to come back from it? It's a meniscus. Yeah,
the guy can shoot, right? Damian Lee can shoot, but we saw last season he can't pass, and he's not a great defender. So
look, he's
realistically,
he's a pesky defender. I think he's
he can wind a few
but he's limited. He's limited. He is very, very limited in that regard. Now I still stick by Damian Lee is a fucking fine shooter, and if he had maintained that play that he had at the start of the season, he'd probably have a longer contract right now and be playing a much more significant role. But I feel like he did try to reinvent his game on the fly, probably in a bid to get a bigger contract somewhere. But But yeah, look, I thought that he tried to overcomplicate what he is really good at as a rotation piece, and I think it was detrimental to his playing time in the end. But yeah, look, I wouldn't shed many tears if Damian Lee got cut and we kept Ish. Like neither here nor there. They're not going to be.
I still wouldn't keep Ish. I'd keep
Keon.
Keon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, off the back of that discussion, let's say regular season rotation. Let's not even get into playoff rotation because realistically you can restrict that at 7 or 8. Regular season rotation, actual rotation, not dead ass minutes. Boyd, let's say 10 players out of our 15. Who's going to play minutes? And let's leave Saban Lee aside because he's two-way. Out of our 10, who's going to play minutes?
I've moved away from. So I'll give you my starting 5 to start with, and then I'll give you my backup 5. Yeah. So it used to be Yuta Watanabe for me, but I didn't like the way that he said Brooklyn in his presser. He called it Brooklyn, and I had a little giggle. But no, he's no. Look, I just think Cater Bates, Bebop and Rocksteady. I think he is man. The way that he the way that he spoke to his role in the team, and the way, and the proof's in the pudding with what he was doing at the Spurs. He was always that glue guy, and he just would do whatever it took, depending on the squad that was on the floor with him. And I just feel like that's exactly what we need. He's just, and seeing him there at that presser, I haven't seen many clips on him, but he looks fucking long as fuck, and he's got some good size to him. So I think he's going to be that perfect fucking Swiss Army knife. So I've got him as my 5th. Now, fucking take your pick. I've got Utah. I've got Nasir Little. I've got Eubanks as a backup for Nurk. 2 more. I've got a Kogi. And I'm going to fucking miss someone really, really important. I fucking know I am. Just bring out some names from it. It's not Metu.
No. It's up to you. It's up to you here. You're up to 9. One more. Come on, mate. This is some people are listening to this on a podcast. On audio only. Come on.
This is like random Suns fan or random Suns players, right? There's just a lot of confusion right now.
There is.
I can't believe this. I love this. One more, quick.
Grayson.
Good. So Eric Gordon's not going to play?
Yeah, that's what I said. Big EG, no minutes. He's Nasir Little's taking his playing time. My goodness.
Okay, I'll put Gordon in there for fucking Nasir Little.
I don't do us any favours. Jeez, if you don't think he's good enough, don't put him in.
The other great thing is he has not mentioned a backup centre at all.
I said
Eubanks. I mentioned Eubanks. I thought, didn't you say?
Oh, you did?
Drew?
Okay.
Yeah. I tried to do it like that.
I got you, my brother. I got you.
The thing with our big 3 being playmakers and running a lot of points to some degree, made me forget about poor old Eric Gordon, the quiet guy in the corner. He's just going to be fucking standout guy.
Poor old Eric. Poor old Eric. Risk money to sign a minimum contract, and he's not going to get minutes. Trev, who's your 10, Trev?
Oh, geez, it's a bit hard to follow after that little magnificent showing. I'm with Boyd.
You should name Gordon first.
Yeah, that's right. I will say on the balance of probabilities, I think Keita will be the 5th more often than not. But going back to what I said at the top, I reckon he and Okogie will interchange based on who we're playing. If there's a bit more presence on needing a bit of size up front. So in no particular order, Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen, Drew Eubanks, Josh Okogie. What have I got there? 9. And and then this is where it gets a little tricky. I actually think Bol will get some minutes. So to start with, anyway, I think he'll be worth a look. So that's my weird one.
Did you see him carrying on like a fucking schoolgirl at the fucking media day? Pushing his shoulders up together like this and fucking doing these ones and fucking hell. Oh man. I had a giggle at that too. The Brooklyn thing got me. And
well, I've just realised now that I've left out Yuta. So yeah.
Bol's so fucking such a fucking pretty boy, eh? He's fucking like
that's clearly wrong. Yuta will be getting minutes, so let's correct that travesty. Yeah. I think Bol
take Bol out. He's gone.
Yeah, chin up Bol. But
look, the good thing for the last 5 is that our squad's so good that with 6 minutes to go in these games, we're going to be 25 up, and the last 5 are going to get minutes.
Yeah. It could be our third fucking string 5, who haven't played all game. Just fucking chuck them in there, and they'll still do a fucking job.
Get third string 5 will be getting 14 minutes a game.
Yeah.
But it leads to an interesting point about what you were saying, Gav. I mean, I reckon early on, I wouldn't be surprised, as we're still working out the rotations and stuff, there'll be some games that are probably a bit closer than what we're expecting, which won't be a bad thing. You'll have those guys playing in crunch time and building up the reps in those particular circumstances. But I also want to see a spread of minutes too, right? I don't want to see guys averaging high 30s, at least at the start of the season. Post All-Star break, start ramping it up, sure. But with this depth and, there's no point having depth if you're not going to utilize it, right? And if that means, there's no percentage in the NBA, right? If you win by 1 point, you win by 100. It doesn't really matter. W is a W. Yeah. So wouldn't mind seeing the guys get some burn. But from what Vogel also said, it sounds like, he's going to be willing to give them the chance. Of course, that remains to be seen, but I think that'll be something to keep an eye on as well.
Yeah, well, based on like you said, how the games are traveling, everything else is how much we're going to see these guys. But I've got the same 5: KD, Book, Beal, Nurk, and KBD. Then Yuta, Gordon.
It's hard, isn't it? Right?
I'd probably go Grayson, Jo, and Eubanks.
Are you up to 6?
I'm 10 now.
That's 10.
Well, I mean 6 secondary players, so 11.
5.
11.
No, I did not.
Okay,
I got to 10.
Okay. Oh yeah. In the chat there, Zine Booth. Why does his name look so familiar?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him? He's in the chat. He's watching live. I'm sure he can answer.
This is good.
Because you messaged him about coming to one of the lives.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Oh,
social media influencer.
Fucking better.
What about this? What about this? He's a card collector.
Oh yeah, I've started getting back into that. I've got heaps of shit ones. If you want to give me any good cards, Zine, Devin Booker rookie auto patch, please.
So, Trev, did you were still on the show when we spoke about the lives?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah,
I heard this. This is very exciting, and again, testament to your great work that you've all done. So, yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, we're very excited about it. For those that don't know, if you're an Aussie watching this now, we've already submitted basically all of the dates to the Phoenix Suns now. We're working on a deal with a local sporting type bar place. I'm not going to name them until they agree to our shit, but nationally we've got all the dates pretty much locked in. So check out the Aussie Suns Fans page. Check out the dates. We got some games, and at those games we'll have some merch and some memorabilia. It's going to be awesome.
Who's
giveaways,
dressing up
baby.
as the gorilla?
Giveaways, baby. Boyd doesn't have to dress up. He's just fucking looks like the gorilla.
I just won't shave my arms for a couple of weeks prior. We'll be good. I can't wait. So I'm actually going to go to our debut. I'm going to drive down to Sydney from Brizzy for the debut one in
Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah, what's that, on the 11th of November?
Yeah.
Against the
So not long away. Lakers.
But yes. Yeah, then obviously the December 23rd in Brisbane, and February in Perth. I'll get down there, and if I'm going to try and squeeze another one in, hopefully Melbourne. But yeah, no, it's going to be fucking fun, man.
No, we've already spoken about this, mate. You're not welcome in Melbourne.
Yeah, right. Try to keep me out. I'll fucking gate crash the thing. You'll have some trouble.
We'll get the hashtag trending for the Melbourne one. It'll be come have a bev with Trev or something like that, I think.
Oh yeah.
I'll have
Bevs with Trev.
3 shandies.
Yes,
and I'll be white girl wasted. 3 shandies, white girl wasted. Just fucking let me in. Fucking getting that.
All right, boy. Media day. You watched all the video. What do you think? Who was your favourite? Who was your favourite interview on Media Day?
The funny ones, man. The Yuta and the Bobo were the funny ones for me. So I like them. I haven't seen them all yet. I'm not going to lie. Nurkic, for getting excited. Big Nurk, like I said, all the things that I wanted to hear from a big, and he's just I came in thinking, okay, if he gets injured, that's pretty shitty, but we've got some depth there. We can get by with the depth that we've got at center if he's fucking out for fucking 30, 40 games. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, fuck, I already miss him when he gets hurt now, and he hasn't fucking even played a second. So I'm already dreading that happening. Touch wood, it doesn't. But Nurk's, the way that Nurk spoke to everything, and he's fit with the team, and he's just his unselfishness. He just came across really unselfish, and just he wants to go out there and do all the fucking gritty shit that Ayton just wouldn't do for us. Yeah, that's what fucking got me hard. So I'm going to say big dick Nurk.
Trev, what did you see?
Well, first I'll touch on Nurk. I mean, getting onto the whole gun control thing, I thought that was a bit odd. There's a time and a place for it, sure, but maybe not on media day. Look, you start at the top. Book, he just says all the right things, the tone, the facial expressions. You're just glad that he's ours, right? You're just glad that he's a son. The gems, like he's saying. My favorite was I arrived in 96. Yes, that's what I was just about to say. That was gold, right? So it was awesome to hear that. Look, you always love checking out all the new players, and I think Boyd touched on it earlier. I actually thought Grayson Allen was very well spoken, very articulate. I'm sure he's been asked, and he actually flagged it, right? He's been asked a million times about the pass and how he does it. And I thought he handled it really well. So I think that was really good. I was also excited to hear from Vogel and from Ishbia as well. He's just a breath of fresh air, Ishbia. It's just a total different vibe that he gives off. He's excited. Like he's invested in the team. Like it's clear he owns the team, but he's a fan as well, right? Never got that from Saba. Never. So yeah, that was probably the big ones for me. But yeah, just excited to see them all. And just one step closer to the season getting underway.
My favourite interview from the entire thing was Matt Ishbia. he has driven a culture of winning through this team. And I don't know whether you guys got to listen to the most recent Windhorse post or the Hoop Collective podcast. They had Malika Andrews down at the Phoenix Suns media day, and she went, I've never felt so much excitement through an entire place. And everybody had the same message as Ishbia. It was, we're not, basically, what I loved about it was, when she spoke, it was about, we're not here to fuck spiders.
That cunt's just given everyone in Phoenix a fucking brand new antenna, man. They're excited, right? They can finally watch TV properly.
And Malika Andrews said this. It was effectively, we're not here to fuck spiders. Everybody is here to win a championship this year, and that is it. You know, the discussions that she had was, you know, the Nuggets this, blah blah blah. You know, the Bucks have improved, the Celtics have improved, but I don't care about them. It's about us.
One thing I will say is that I saw a little bit of Chimezi Metsu. He's got a big fucking head. He's got a massive noggin, and it doesn't look like anything like when he was at the stand. It didn't look anything like it did when I watched him play throughout his career. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's like he had a bobblehead fucking thing sitting on his shoulders. It was
gigantism.
it was weird, man. It was weird. Anyway,
but as Suns fans, right? How fucking exciting was this year's media day in comparison to last year? I don't know about you guys, but after I watched last year's, I went, "No, we're still good."
Everyone was freaking out about Sava, what was happening there, and fucking everyone.
But the feeling was different. The feeling was different.
It was
a lot of walking on eggshells, I think, last year. You know, don't talk about that. Kind of stick to this stuff only, kind of stuff.
Don't talk about Sava. Don't ask Aiton why. Don't ask Aiton why he's pouting. Yeah. All that sort of shit was,
and all that, you know, the Game 7 stuff from the previous year, all of that stuff, right? But yeah, it's just everyone seems dialed in and happy to be there and looking forward to getting to work. So,
and that was the thing. It was the common theme was we're here to ball, and we're here to win. That's it. I don't think I've seen that for years.
Oh, we've seen it, but it hasn't been. We've seen it in the last few years. But
it hasn't been legit.
It hasn't.
You haven't felt
hasn't
it.
had the
you
same buzz. Yes.
Yeah, you haven't felt it.
It hits different. Like now, it's hitting a lot different. It's hitting me in my loins. It's tingling. It's great.
Your loins are tingling again.
They are.
Are you sitting in your underwear again?
Yes, I am actually.
Yeah, that's not surprising. The jerseys did look fire. This one, the jerseys did look fire.
They did.
And yes, Dylan Boyd is moist.
Nice.
He's clearly moist. All right,
excitement, wet, beautiful.
We're gonna move in. We're gonna move into Kill, Marry, Shag. I did come up with one while we were talking. We were a little bit worried before the show. I'm gonna go with the newbies because this will be a challenge. Kill, marry, or shag Joseph Nurkic, Little, or Grayson Allen?
Hey, kill Little because the other two will put up more resistance. So go with that. Grayson's pretty good looking. He's got that nice kind of boy band.
Looks a bit like Robert Sava, doesn't he?
What's that?
No, he doesn't.
Looks a little bit like. Is it Robert Sava? Yeah, I think he does.
I don't think it.
I think it's his schnoz. He's got like a Weasley fucking schnoz thing.
Fucking hell.
Weasley. No, I think we'll marry the Bosnian beast. I think he's pretty loyal and he'll look out, keep things ticking over on the home front, and we'll shag Grayson, especially if he knocks down 6 triples. So
I like it. Boyd.
I'm gonna marry the Bosnian beast. He just very seems like a nice guy. A nice guy. He can get gritty when he needs to. He'll be able to protect me when we're walking down the street, we're going shopping or something, and some fucking
He's the type of guy that'll walk on the inside of the of the path.
Yeah. And if some big fucking if some pig comes up to me and slaps me on the bottom, he's gonna defend my honor like straight up, and he's just gonna do all the fucking nice things. He'll pull out chairs and
you know the worst thing? You flipped completely on your entire philosophy. Because your entire philosophy is I get to fuck them, but they can't fuck me back.
I didn't say you get to fuck me.
Now you're talking about Nurk as your protector and the man in the relationship.
Yeah, he fucking will be. It doesn't mean he gets to fuck me. He'll buy me dinner first. Fuck.
We'll revisit 10 games into the season. You might be ready by then. Who knows?
I'm going to shoot Nasir Little, and I'm going to root Grayson Allen. I just don't know how that's going to go. He's very feisty. He might fucking try and get away, climb up the wall or something, accidentally kick me in the face or something. Some fucking, yeah, I don't know. I'll wear headgear. It's all good.
I'm going to kill Nasir Little because I think everybody's completely overreacting to the level of talent this guy has. I'm just not sold. I'm going to marry Grayson Allen because, well, he'd just be like your wife, a nagging, annoying pain in the ass. Hold on. Let me just check if my wife's listening. Anyway, and I'd just shag the beast because the more cushion, the better the pushing.
Oh man, he's lost a bit of weight. Yeah, he looks like
it'd be a notch on the belt having the big Nurk tucked away, wouldn't it? That would be.
It would be such
one right out of the top drawer.
Dylan said who said anything about talent. He went with cuteness. Most importantly, because this is what we do, gents.
I would kill everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Who do you want to have a beer with, Trev?
This week, probably a bit of recency bias. I'm going to go with Dwayne Rankin on Twitter, or X as it's known now. Just all of his clips and coverage of Media Day made it really easy to kind of catch up on everything kind of in the one spot. And also he writes for the Arizona Republic as well. So like the way he goes about it. And he also shot a little clip just basically giving his personal take on it and the vibe and all of that, which, you know, I respect from someone who's been covering the team for a while, you know, can kind of tell what's new. And he kind of echoed the sentiments about, you know, what the focus is on and what the vibes are like. So, yeah. Cheers, Dwayne.
Love it. Boyd.
I want to have a beer with our duo. I want to have a beer with a duo because I want to get their insight. I want to have a beer with both KD and Book, or if I can only have one, either or. And the reason being is I want to know how it went down internally because you know they're getting a sign off on any major trade, right? And I want to say, oi, did you want that cunt gone? Like, or were you fucking distraught when it happened? Or they're the sort of questions that I want to ask. And they probably say, I'm not fucking telling you, boy, who the fuck are you? And but anyway, yeah, that's what I want to ask. I want to say, hey, are you guys pushing for this? It'll make me feel a lot better. Oh man, no, it wouldn't make me feel better because I already feel great about it. So, but yeah, no, it's just nice. It'd be nice to have that insight. So yeah, boys, did you fucking ask for this to happen, or did you just fucking just sign off on it and say, okay, we'll just fucking pretend like, you know, we love him. But I don't know. That's my beer.
So for me, I was going to go with our boy Flex from Jersey, now moved to Phoenix. So he's Flex from Phoenix. But great to see that he's in Phoenix now. He's part of PHNX, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to shift. After listening to the Hoop Collective today, I'm going to Malika Andrews because she was so excited about the vibe in Phoenix. So she'd be very, very, very excited about catching up with a beer with the Aussie Suns fans.
And she'd say real excitement. Absolutely.
Maybe not that much, but it's a little
lids
bit.
On. Lids on.
Lids on. Boyd, I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
Time for the flog of the week, and trust me, they are ugly, very unattractive. Google their face when you're done here.
There's your flog.
I think I had a different one when we were talking in the car, Gav. That long fucking drive. I'm gonna go with Bill Simmons because he's a fucking. Not only has he recently said that, is Bradley Beal an upgrade over Landry Shamet? You know, he's just another guy that needs to take shots. Fuck off, Bill. Fuck off. Like, think about your own fucking backyard first, and then he's like, he's banging on his latest fucking pod or fucking with Vasillo about Phoenix have gotten fucking worse, and we fucking haven't. We've gotten so much better, top to bottom.
But in saying that, hold on,
taking a lot of question marks out.
The only reason I said it's worse is because all they're assessing is Ayton for Nurkic.
And they're assessing Ayton's ceiling if he's engaged and he's happy and everyone likes him.
And the temperature's right, and his shoes are tied on nicely, and the beautiful double knots and all of this kind of stuff.
And how long was he up?
And the dew point is just nice outside and all of that stuff, yeah.
Was he up for 6 hours playing games last night or fucking... Okay. What time is it? Is the game? There's so many different factors that we don't have to worry about now. Like I said, a sigh of relief. So we have gotten so much better. It's and so Bill Simmons is, they've fucking gutted the depth over there, and he's fucking he's clapping over here while his Celtics are getting fucked over there. All right.
Well, hold on. The Celtics top 5 or 6 are really, really nice. They've got good. Fuck all else.
They can play every single minute of every single game. Then
they're going to have to.
Great. And they
are going to have to.
Porzingis and old Drew won't get injured, and fucking Jalen Brown.
Al Horford, who's 712 years old.
Yeah. Nah, they're fine. They're good. Fuck off, Bill. You cock.
They're good. My flog of the week is anyone who won't let the fucking Ayton shit go. Now, I get it. We're probably, as Suns fans, I reckon 95% of us are actually relieved that DA's gone because the baggage is gone. But we don't have to follow all the shit around Twitter to just hang shit on the guy. He's gone to Portland. He's 24, 25 years old. He's gone to Portland and said, I am dominating, blah, 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 blah. It's nice to be at a franchise that appreciates me. Who gives a fuck? He moved on. We need to move on. This is like when we go, we got a roster spot. We should bring back Kelly Oubre. Let him go. He's gone.
Let him go. Let him go.
Let him do his shit. We'll do our shit. He's going to finish in the bottom 4 in the fucking Western Conference, averaging 22 and 14, 24 and 12, whatever it is he averages. But who gives a fuck?
Hey, I honestly thought I was going to take it really bad if it wasn't a superstar trade that we got back.
I hope
I honestly thought that, but I'm fucking backflipping, man. After looking at it and just like I said, the cloud's gone. I'm backflipping and I'm giggling like a fucking girl while I'm doing backflips that I'm not really that good at. and I'm laughing and I'm happy. I'm smiling. It's fucking good.
Look, we have stuck up for DA the entire time, and I hope he goes to Portland and does go 24-12 every game. Ends the season 24 points, 12 rebounds, whatever it is he does, and Portland finishes maybe around the play-in. Who gives a fuck? I don't really care, but that's where they belong. We'll just let him go, let him do his thing. Because in the next 5 years, that dude ain't going to be challenging the Phoenix Suns. He might get a random victory here or there, but he sure as shit is not going to be competing for a Western Conference final. And that's what we're about. So you know what? He's gone. Let him go. Guys, let him go. Suns fans, it's
Okay.
It's like everyone else. Let him go.
I'll do it then. I'll let go.
You're going to let him go?
I'll
follow him around on Twitter?
Speaking of letting it go, so I'll throw this in for my flog of the week. So this is kind of a wide-ranging one, right? But I'm sick and tired of seeing these posts, right, when a player leaves, and I'm going to use Tamani Kamara as our example here. Never suited up outside of Summer League, never took the floor at the Footprint Centre. I mean, thank you for your contribution. You didn't do nothing, bro.
Yes.
When it's not needed, it's going to be okay.
He played 3 Summer League games.
You never said hello, right? Just go. It's okay.
He went on
ridiculous.
PHNX. Poor old PHNX. As soon as they get a cunt on there, he's gone. He's fucking
Kiss of
gone.
death.
They had Ish. He's gone. They had fucking Tamani.
He's not gone.
Gone.
He's not gone yet.
Jock. They fucking went and partnered with Jock, and that cunt got
Jock
fucking
gone. Yeah.
They didn't even look at him to re-sign him. He's fucking gone.
But no, Trev, agree 100%. When I saw the thank you post from Suns Media, I'm just
like, I know they've got to do it, right? But it's just, and they're not the only ones that do it. I'm just like, oh, please give us a spell.
Yeah, we don't need to thank him for his 18 minutes of Summer League.
Yeah, that's right.
Why didn't we thank Alfred Payton for his 9 minutes of Suns career?
Well, why didn't we thank Langston Galloway for that 5-minute spurt in the second quarter against the Pistons once, and his great talk show about looking at all the kicking it with LG, wasn't it? That was it.
Why didn't we thank Austin Rivers for getting traded to us and then
that's
refusing
right.
to play
One of the
for us?
greats.
Robert Sava. Why don't we thank Robert?
Don't
Why don't we thank the Suns in four guy? We give him some more.
Oh boy.
Everybody thanked the Suns in four guy for a little while, which was fucking annoying as hell. Anyway, guys, fucking great to catch up with you. Talk Suns basketball. Let's have a wrap up. Trev, last comments. Where do we find you?
So catch me on X at TrevyG82. So always happy to shoot the breeze on the hoops front or just life in general. Look, by this time next week, we'll have a couple of preseason games under the belt. So eager to see how we look. I'm not worried about anyone else, right? Like in a tennis parlance, it's all on our racket, right? If we execute what we can do, we're going to be right there. So, and I'm just really happy that things are locked in. Start a trading camp, no distractions. Let's roll. Can't wait. So, it's always heartbreaking when the old season ends, but the new one comes around and that optimism fires back up. So it's a great feeling.
Again, right? We start again.
That's it. So, look forward to chatting to you about it during the year, boys.
Well, you got to jump back in our chat, mate.
I will. I'll jump back in.
Oh, you are back?
It's a safe space, I think, now that DA's gone. So I'll just come back in.
I was going to say, don't say all that. Looking forward to shooting the breeze. When I saw you leave, and it really upset me when you did. I didn't say anything because it hurt too much.
It was more of a if I
There's
don't
a lot of
pop
shit
out,
that gets talked in there.
Yeah, I was going to say something that would have left me out on an island, I think. So I've just
it got a bit US based.
So
Well,
I've
look,
sat on the leather couch and zenned out, so I'll be all right now.
we just need to fuck off that Rob Maher, fucking that AFL freak. Mayer.
Why do you have to slam one of the Aussie Suns fans every week?
I don't know. Fucking because they all fucking most of the cunts fucking hate me in there because I don't like your fucking stupid aerial ping pong sport AFL, and they give me fucking heaps. So I need to fucking hang one of them cunts out every week, and I'll keep doing it until we have no one.
You know that. Remember how you said before you come into the watch parties?
You can't keep me out, cunt. You can't keep me out. Fucking good luck to you trying. Or find me at Buds83 or at Fucko on the mystery platform. Or at a watch party, getting dragged out by security.
Click like, subscribe, comment, do all that sort of shit. I'm sick of reading Boyd's comments every week. Make sure that you do that shit yourselves. We have picked up so many subscribers over the last couple of weeks, and I think it's because Trev was back. But let's pick it up. More subscribers. That's what we need. More comments, more likes. Thank you, everyone. At Aussie Suns Fans on Twitter or X. At Aussie Suns Fans on YouTube. It's been a pleasure. Gents, the season's about to start. Thank fuck.
Go Suns.
Let's go, boys. We will see everyone on Sunday for our next show, where we wrap up the Pacific Division, the Western Conference, and the entire NBA. And we're looking forward to it. But until then, ultimately, we're not here to fuck spiders.
Nope.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a